Shading skin can be quite intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. So let's start with the basics. Before you start working on any project, you need to understand what your pencils can offer you, and the best way to do that is to swatch them. The pencils that I have range from 2H to 8B, and I'm going to swatch everything for you. If the H value of a pencil is higher, then it's going to be much harder and much lighter. If the B value is higher, then it's going to be much softer and much darker. Now I'm going to use a tissue paper, and soon you'll see that the B grade pencils are much darker and much easy to blend. Now let's start with the light skin tone first, and for the light skin I'm going to use 2H and a H pencil. For the darkest areas I'm going to use the H pencil, and for the lighter areas I'm using a 2H pencil. With graphite it is always best to start with the darker areas because that way you can use the smudge to shade in all the lighter areas as well. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm starting with the shadows, I'm using the H first, and now I'm using the 2H pencil for the lighter areas. Now to blend these pencils together, I'm going to use a tissue paper wrapped around my finger because this is much more easier and convenient for me to use rather than a brush. I'm going to start with the lighter areas and then slowly move on to the darker areas. Once I'm done with this layer, I'm going to repeat the steps again. Since this is the lightest skin tone, you don't have to shade a lot. And now let's move on to the fair skin. And for the fair skin, I'm going to use a H pencil, a HB, and then a 2B pencil. As for the technique, I'm going to use the same thing again. I'm going to start with the darker areas and then I'll move on to the lighter areas. But in this case, the only difference is that I'm going to start with the midtones, and that's why I'm using a HB pencil, and later on for the shadows, I'll use the 2B pencil, and for the highlights, I'm going to use the H pencil and blend them all together and add another layer. And now let's move on to the darker skin tone, and for that I'm going to use a 4B pencil, a 6B, and then an 8B pencil. Just like I did for the lighter skin tone, I'm going to start with the mid-tone and then slowly add in the shadows and then the highlighted areas. The only reason for you to use these many pencils of different hardness is because you cannot achieve everything that you want with just one single pencil, and since there are so many pencils of different hardness, they can offer you much more than just one single pencil. Now let's move on to an actual example. As you can see, I did finish some of the features, the eyes, nose and lips, so that I can concentrate only on the skin. Before I start the shading part, I just want you to know that if you hold your pencil very close to the tip like this, it's going to give you much more control and it's great for details. But for shading, you need to hold it like this. This will allow you for a lot of movement and a smoother shading. For shading her skin, I'm going to use the same techniques that I showed you right now. When it comes to shading a real person's skin, you need to understand that there isn't one skin tone for the whole face, because some areas are going to be much lighter, some areas are going to be darker. There will be a lot of different skin tones in just one single person. So you need to pay a lot of attention to your reference image, and instead of using a few pencils for your drawing, try to use the range of pencils that you have. For example, for the highlighted areas, I'm going to use a 2H pencil, and for the transition from the highlight to the midtone, I'm using a H pencil, and for the darker areas, I'm using a 3B for now, but later on I'll also be using 6B and an 8B pencil. The main reason for me to use these many pencils in one single drawing is because I want a good contrast. Even though these are graphite, each pencil has their own properties, as I told you in the beginning itself. I want you to keep this in mind. The way you shade and where you shade is going to give her face the definition that it needs. In order to understand that how and where to add shadows, you need to study your reference very closely. The shadows and highlights of a particular portrait is going to depend a lot on the light source, and depending on that light source, you can get extremely bright highlights or extremely dark shadows. So you need to understand where that light is coming from and how that's affecting your reference. And also it depends upon the structure of the person. The skeletal structure will affect the highlights and shadows the most, so you need to take a note of everything from your reference image. When it comes to drawing realistic skin, you should definitely focus on smoother blending, because in reality we are three-dimensional objects, so we don't have any harsh edges. Everything will be smooth, every transition will be smooth, so you need to focus more on that. And also you need to work on layers, because that way you can make sure that the contrast is high enough. For blending smaller areas, I'm using a cotton bud. For the freckles on her skin, I'm using a B grade pencil, and I'm going to add dots here and there and blend it out with the cotton bud. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to add another layer. I'm doing the same thing for her nose and cheeks as well. And since these are graphite, they get super shiny when you add lots of layers on top of them. That's why she's looking so pale on camera, because I have two light sources on both sides and the graphite is reflecting a lot of light. And once I change the angle, you definitely see the contrast in there. I'm using a kneadable eraser for some highlights on her inner eye, and also I'll use it for some texture of her skin as well. There were some fine lines under her eyes, and that's what I'm adding right now with the 2H pencil. And for some bright highlights, I'm going to use a stick eraser. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's video and found it useful, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye everybody. Take care.